AMD Z2 Extreme chip is an extreme letdown. The MSI Claw A8, which features the brand new Z2 Extreme chip from AMD, is yet another gaming handheld to hit the market. Taking all the positives of the last MSI Claw device and incorporating them into this shiny new handheld featuring a brand new and more powerful chip, the MSI Claw seems promising on paper. In terms of availability, the MSI Claw A8 Z2 Extreme is still kind of slowly releasing across the world. With a promised release window of the summer, we're now well and truly past that, and the device is still yet to hit the shelves in a lot of regions, including the UK. And with the ROG Xbox Ally, which I also got hands on with at Gamescom, releasing in October, it may be a rush to the finish line for the first handheld to feature AMD's brand new Z2 Extreme chip. So first of all, the handheld is up for sale in certain parts of Europe, including Germany, where Gamescom obviously took place. It comes in at 999 euros, but there is no confirmed price for other regions just yet. But obviously this means we can probably expect it to come in at about $1,000 or pounds, which is very expensive for a gaming handheld. Prices have slowly been increasing for gaming handhelds as they become more and more powerful, but this doesn't take away from the fact that for £1,000 you could probably get yourself a gaming PC or laptop. Whilst it won't be top of the line, it will still provide you with excellent performance. And for reference, you could get 2 Nintendo Switches for that money. 2 of them. The Asus ROG Ally X, which of course did feature the old AMD Z1 chip, retailed at £799.99 when it first released, and it has since had frequent price cuts and deals on it, so you can get it much cheaper. So £1,000 is a lot. Anyway, in terms of design, the MSI Claw A8 Z2 Extreme comes in a fancy new colorway, neon green. And being honest, I found this absolutely disgusting. That's more of a personal taste issue rather than an issue with the device itself. If you like neon green, go for it. I don't. Despite not being a fan of the color, I can definitely hold my hands up, be the bigger person, and admit that this colorway definitely sets the device apart from some of the other gaming handhelds on the market. Everything is just white, black, or grey, so neon green it's cool. You get an 8-inch screen on the device, which is 1920 by 1200 pixels, so just slightly higher than 1080p. You also get a variable refresh rate screen, which maxes out 120 Hz. This screen is one of the best options on the gaming handheld market right now. The only thing that would improve this screen is if it was OLED, which I am really hoping will become industry standard soon. I know that's a really big request, but I can still hope. Let me hope. The screen was absolutely gorgeous to look at, and because of the high refresh rate, would make a perfect option for those who want to dabble in competitive play. If you ever would dabble in competitive play on a gaming handheld, you will never catch me playing ranked on a handheld. Ever. The chassis definitely feels a little bit more gamery in style, with a more aggressive shape and clear-cut edges. The previous edition of the MSI Claw had a much more smooth and sleek finish. Despite the changes, it was still really comfortable to hold. Coming in at 765 grams, it's one of the heavier gaming handhelds on the market right now. The Asus ROG Ally X comes in at less than 700, and whilst 65 grams doesn't sound like a whale of a difference, that is 10% of the overall weight pretty much, so you will probably be able to feel it. I definitely did. It didn't cause any major issues, but it did feel heavier. If you're playing for a long period of time, you might start to feel this straining, but obviously because I only had a short demo session, I didn't get to this point. Next, let's talk about specifications, which I will flash on screen now. The specifications sound fantastic on paper. However, the AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme actually does let it down quite a bit. Whilst using the device, I wasn't finding that I was getting significantly improved performance when compared to the Z1 Extreme chip, which was a major letdown. Don't get me wrong, I got good quality graphics, and the frames didn't look choppy by any means. However, since it was just a brief hands-on session, I wasn't actually able to monitor the frames. But just from face value, it really didn't seem like the device was providing me with any boost in performance. So definitely nothing significant anyway. Aside from this, you also get 24 gigabytes of RAM, which is a major upgrade from some of the previous generation gaming handhelds. It is crazy that they're previous generation now when they've all come out in the last couple of years. Handhelds move fast. Either way, this is great. It's nice to see MSI learning from their competition. You also get a chunky 80 watt-hour battery, which is the same as the battery that was in the previous edition of the MSI Claw. While it would have been nice for this to be improved upon, it obviously wasn't, and 80 watt-hours is slowly becoming more industry standard for gaming handhelds, especially those that do contain this higher, more powerful Z2 Extreme chip. chip. The Xbox Ally X, which also has the Z2 chip, also has an 80 watt-hour battery. So it seems like no one is ready to take on the challenge of surpassing this battery capacity just yet. I wasn't actually able to monitor the battery level whilst I had my hands on with the device, but the AMD Ryzen Z2 chips, both the standard and extreme, do come with a promise of better efficiency. So we'll have to wait for a full review to see if this actually rings true. All in all, I feel like I was really underwhelmed with the MSI Claw A8 Z2 Extreme. That is a mouthful of a name, but this is the timeline we live in. And my underwhelmedness, if that is a word, actually comes from the processor inside the device rather than the device itself. The device was comfortable to hold and it looked stunning when it wasn't in neon green, but that's just my opinion. And it has a promising battery capacity. However, with a high price point and a processor that just wasn't delivering the performance it promised over its predecessor, it feels like the MSI Claw A8 Z2 Extreme is lagging behind. It is hard to recommend picking up this device based on my first impressions alone, but I am excited to get it in for a full review to see if any of my opinions change. Are you thinking about picking up the MSI Claw A8 Z2 Extreme Edition? If you are, let me know in the comments below and tell me what is drawing you into this device. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel for more tech and games content coming soon. This has been Jasmine and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!